All right, let's dive right in. In this crazy connected world we live in, we're all kind of living a second life online, right? But just like our actual homes, our digital lives need protection. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the fundamentals of cybersecurity and give you the blueprint to build your own digital fortress. And it all starts with a really simple question. So let me ask you something. No, really, take a second and think about it. What's the single most valuable thing you actually own? Is it your car, your house, maybe some piece of jewelry? Well, here's the thing. In today's world, the answer is probably not what you think. The truth is, for most of us, our most valuable asset isn't physical at all. It's our data, our photos, our private messages, our financial info, our entire digital identity. And that is what needs a fortress. Okay, so how do we actually start building this fortress? Well, it all begins with understanding what we're really trying to protect in the first place. Security experts focus on three core goals, and they call them the three pillars. And this is the absolute foundation of all information security, the CIA triad. And no, not that CIA. This stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Pretty much every security measure out there is designed to uphold one, or maybe even all, of these principles. Okay, first up, confidentiality. The easiest way to think about this one is just keeping a secret. It's basically the digital version of a sealed envelope, making sure your private information stays private, and that only the people you authorize can ever see what's inside. Think about it like this. Imagine an encrypted email. The message itself is all scrambled up, but the decryption key is what unlocks it. If a hacker gets their hands on that key, poof, the secret's out. That's a confidentiality breach, plain and simple. All right, pillar number 2 is integrity. And this is all about trust. It's the guarantee that your data is exactly what it's supposed to be and that nobody has messed with it. When you send or receive information, you have to be 100% certain it hasn't been changed along the way. I mean, imagine this. You go to make an online payment for $100, but a hacker intercepts it and changes the number to 1,000. If that goes through, data integrity has completely failed, and boom, that has very real consequences for your bank account. And that brings us to our third and final pillar, availability. This one's pretty simple, right? It means your data and your systems have to be working and accessible when you actually need them. I mean, what good is perfectly secure, perfectly accurate data if you can't get to it? Security isn't just about locking things down. It's also about making sure the right people can always get in. So what if a hacker just decides to crash your bank's website by flooding it with a ton of fake traffic? You can't log in, you can't check your balance, you can't make a transfer. Your money's still safe, sure, but it's not available to you. That's a direct attack on this third pillar. Okay, so now we get it. We're protecting the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our data. But what are we up against? How do the bad guys actually try to tear all this down? See, to build a strong defense, you first have to understand the enemy's playbook. You know, when you boil it down, attacks really fall into two main camps. You've got your active attacker, who's like a burglar, smashing windows and trying to cause trouble. And then you have the passive attacker, who's more like a spy, just quietly listening in and gathering intel without you even knowing they're there. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the contrast is huge. Active attacks are all about causing disruption, while passive attacks are just about observation. And that means the impact is totally different. Active attacks are loud, they're messy, they're much easier to detect. A passive attack, it's silent, it's stealthy, and that makes it way, way harder to spot. So what does an active attack actually look like? Well, you've got denial of service attacks, where they just flood a server until it collapses. You have masquerade attacks, where someone cleverly pretends to be you. Or message modification, where they secretly change data while it's in transit. The goal is always the same: direct, disruptive interference. And on the flip side, you've got the passive attacks, which are all about stealth. The big ones here are eavesdropping, which is literally just listening in on your communications, and traffic analysis. That's where attackers just watch the patterns of your data to learn things about you, even if they can't read the data itself. All right, we've seen the hacker's playbook. Scary stuff. But now it's time to build up our own defenses. The good news is we have a really powerful set of tools at our disposal to protect our digital fortress against these exact kinds of attacks. Think of these as the walls, the guards, and the secret codes for your fortress. You've got firewalls acting as the main gatekeepers for all your network traffic. Antivirus software is like the guards on patrol, hunting for anything malicious. Cryptography is your secret code, scrambling all your messages. And two-factor authentication, that's the vital extra lock on all your doors. So let's zoom in on cryptography for a second. It's literally the ancient art of secret writing, and it's the core of confidentiality. It uses a special algorithm called a cipher to turn your normal, readable message, that's plain text, into a total jumbled mess called ciphertext. To any spy without the secret key, it's just complete gibberish.
But you know what? Maybe the single most powerful thing you can do right now is turn on two-factor authentication, or 2FA. See, a password alone is just one lock on the door. 2FA adds a second, completely different kind of lock that a hacker is almost guaranteed not to have.
So how does this magic actually work? It's surprisingly simple. First, you register your phone or device with a service. Then, whenever you go to log in, your device generates a unique one-time code that expires in like 30 seconds. You enter that code along with your password to prove it's you. It's that combination of something you know, your password, with something you have, your phone, that makes it so incredibly powerful and secure.
Look, at the end of the day, all these things we've talked about, they're just tools. Because the most critical line of defense, well, that's you. You are the gatekeeper of your own digital fortress, and the little habits you have every single day make all the difference.
So, here's your checklist, your immediate action plan. Number 1, use strong, unique passwords for every single account. No reusing. Number 2, be super suspicious of unexpected emails or links. That's how phishing gets you. Number 3, keep all your software updated. Those updates patch critical security holes. And finally, number 4, run good, reputable antivirus software. These 4 habits alone create a really powerful shield. So let's end on this thought. Security isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's an ongoing battle. Your digital life, your data, your fortress, it's under constant siege from automated attacks and determined hackers every single day. So the real question is, now that you know the basics, are you ready to defend it?